Good morning, everyone. It's still early here. I don't know how you guys' life starts in the morning. Everyone's life here when they are here, and I live with a brother and a sister-in-law and a brother-in-law here at the moment, who are permanently here. They're both gone already. They're both gone um, today. Everything starts in the morning. Starts here on the porch with our coffees, just sitting here, listening to the roosters crowing, waking up, all the other sounds from the insects, the birds, the doors open to our house. That's how our mornings start here. Yeah, I still look a little tired, don't I? Let me get my sleep out of my eyes. Yeah, dogs came up and woke me up early. I thought, Sissy must have already been gone. And, I get up. Yeah, I'll let you out. Because she often closes the door so they don't follow her, which they don't really. But then you never know. Better be safe than sorry than, okay, 9 times out of 10, they don't fall. And then the one time they do, and then she has to turn around and bring them back. So, anyway, I get up and I'm going, wait a minute, she's still here. Right? Look down, the door's open. Why you guys come? Both of them are big dogs. Came and nuzzled me and I'm going, ugh, go away. What are you doing? Right? Yeah. So I'm up. Big day today. Got lots to do. But that's how everyone here starts their day on the porch. Right? It's beautiful. Doesn't it look beautiful? Yes. All right. So I came across a really good one I'd like to share first, which is, listen, it's called, there's a YouTube channel, Professor of Rock. If you guys want to go check it out, if you're kind of into that. We're a music family, not just, my husband and the children and then myself the least, okay, when it comes down to it. But my children's father, all the family there, they're all playing instruments. They love music. They know a lot about music. So I came across this channel, and for one reason or another, oh yeah, it said there is a 2,000-year-old song that Pete Seeger made into a song in the 60s that hit #1. Do you know which one that is? And the words came out of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3. Chapter 3. You go and check it out, okay? And then the Byrds picked it up and made kind of the rock and roll. There's several people who sang the song, different artists, but the Byrds picked it up, the group. And remember? Can you? Yeah, what do you got? I know which one. You do? I didn't know. I didn't know where the words came out of that. Never even computed though. I've read Ecclesiastes. Okay. It's turn, turn, turn. Right? Anyone know that song? There is a season for everything, a time for every occupation under heaven. Turn, turn, turn. There is a season. Turn, turn, turn. Under heaven. I don't know the song very well, but I definitely know that song, right? A time for giving. So in my Jerusalem Bible, it's a time for giving birth, a time for dying, a time for planting, a time for uprooting what has been planted, a time for killing, a time for healing, a time for knocking down, a time for building, a time for tears, a time for laughter, a time for mourning, a time for dancing, and so on and so on. Did you know that song, those words, came out of the Bible? Right? Made such a big impact in the world. Yeah, okay, all right. I thought I shared that. I did not know that. I know it now, though, and I'm sharing it everywhere. During the 60s, right? So much upheaval. Time for peace. And we need to bring that song back. Huh? All right. Out of the Bible. Words out of the Bible, guys. Yeah. All right. Prayer time with our beloved true Father in heaven and our heavenly parent, beloved heavenly parent, and include everyone in the whole wide world. True Mother, our beloved true Mother, our beloved true children. Dear me, it's all going to work out just fine. Please allow our movement to bring about the beginning of a new spring. Oh, there you go. I asked Father, which one you want? I said, do you want to? No, I want to do. I said, okay, let's choose which one you want. And then I got to this page, and he's going, stop. And okay. There you go. Goes right along with the song too, and the. If you're guided by Spirit World, I heard something again this morning. I have to say, there's one thing. When I hear the constant, okay, I've got to, embrace misery, this and that, and everything's so miserable, we're all so pitiful, we're all blah, 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 blah. You gotta have, I don't know, does there have to be a balance between tears and laughter? I'm not sure, okay? I go back and I thought this morning when I heard something again, I've gone, is it just about that? Why pay so much attention to your misery, to the bad things that happen, because it's going to be better next day, or this or that. There isn't a day in my life, okay? I can't speak for everyone out there, but I do know that a lot of people are in exactly the same boat as I am. There isn't a day in my life, since day one of my birth, that I have not had enough to eat. Right? Something to eat. There hasn't been a day in my life where I didn't have a bed to sleep in, at least one blanket and a pillow. Not one. And there hasn't been a day in my life where I had to walk around naked. I always had some clothes to put on. Yeah. So now my question is, that's my life. I've never had that. I was taken care of. In the physical here, I was taken care of all the time. It didn't matter where I was at. Alone, by myself, or with my parents, one parent, with other people. Didn't matter. Not one day in all my life did I have to go with any of those very necessary necessities as a child to grow up, then as an adult to keep going. Okay? Not one day. Amazing? Amazing. I have nothing to complain about. Nothing at all. That means there hasn't been a day of misery. Not one. I should not have had one day of misery regardless in my life if I had all those things. Every day. Every day. Which also means then that I've been cared for and protected and loved by heaven. By my heavenly parent. By my heavenly brother, right? Jesus. Right? Not one day did I go without it. Not one day. The days that I chose to wallow in my misery, per se, was all of my choosing. All of my choosing. It's unlikely that, unless, again, done some fasting, this and that, I chose that. But that was different. That's different. Then you make a choice. Yet not one day did I not have something to eat. Not one day. It's pretty amazing. Or not a bed to sleep in. With a pillow and a blanket. Okay, I didn't always have a pillow, but I did definitely had a blanket. And always had clothes on. Always had something to wear. Something to stay warm in as well. Yeah. Interesting? Mm-hmm. Yeah, yet, what do we do? Even are told to do. Oh, yeah, gotta, yeah. How can we, purpose of life is to bring God joy. How can we bring God joy? By constantly, it's not going that way, and that's not going. And really, when you look in your life and how you're being told to also feel that way, many times, through many other people, not just even religions, dear me, no wonder. No wonder. God still feels like, dear me. If the possibility is there, I give you everything to make sure you got what you need to grow up into a good, loving, kind, true, clear, heart to mind human being. And what are you doing with it? Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, I wanted to share that real quick. I'm so sick and tired of the misery stuff. I think we're done with that. Yeah. All right. I don't know everything. When we get a glimpse of our people's destiny, which is to come after this, an earnest desire returns to our minds. When we think that the destiny of Korea today is at the center of the destiny of Asia tomorrow, we realize we are at the point of having to resolve our final mission. Oh, I could say something here now, but I think I'm not going to do that. Yeah, you better keep it in. Yep. Even if our destiny is the most miserable of any people in the world, for us there is no despair. That's True Father saying that. Oh, look, I got my hair's all. Oh no, wait a minute. That's something else. What is that? Oh, well, hello. Right close to my. You need to move. What is that? No, that's just a bit. No, that's over there. Oh, it is my hair. Now there's something else there. All right, let's fix that. Oh, you are. I can see you. Okay, you're looking right over my shoulder. Okay. Let's read that one more time. True Father says, even if our destiny is the most miserable of any people in the world, for us there is no despair. Feel like sitting on a pulpit right now. Woo, woo, woo. Yes. We should appear on this earth as fruits which, having the historical power of life, can live new lives, going beyond the dividing line of the historical autumn which has come, filled with hope for tomorrow and having the power of life to greet the new spring. Take that, all you miserable people out there. All right, Daniela. I'm just so sick and tired of people constantly wanting to keep me on a path of tears and this and that. I do that. I cry for the people out there in the world. I do. I want them to have what I have as well. I also realize, though, that many choices made in the world have these consequences. All I could do is just go, man, at least take care of your kids. Yeah. All right. Sheesh. Okay. I don't know how people always say, yeah, you gotta do that. I can't do that. That is not me. All right. We earnestly hope and desire that you will allow us to remember that we are able to take the big step, filled with hope, which can greet the new morning of tomorrow. But if you did not choose to write prayer here, I tell you what, I'm all ready to go now. I'm always, every day, day ready to go. Every day I get up. Okay, damage control, every day. Okay. Woo! What if we all were to do that? Huh? Does it have something to do that my morning starts out here on the porch just about all 4 seasons long? 4 seasons long? Yeah, I don't know, maybe. When we see that the fallen world has continued historically until today, with joy and sorrow, and life and death intersecting, there, balance. We see that the tragedy, okay, all right. We see that the tragedy of the destiny this people has faced is not going to continue as tragedy. Rather, we must become the popular figures of tomorrow, who can connect to a history of joy. We know that this moment, which has endured until now, in the midst of being driven out and pursued, this movement, which remains on a course of struggle, consists of your children who have gathered in Korea, the brave unification soldiers. This prayer is from 1970. In the meantime, right, and it was very much concentrated in Korea still, but now in the meantime, these unified soldiers are all over the world. All over the world. So whoever was there at that time, if you're still alive, thank you. You've done an amazing job. You have done an amazing job. Considering how many people, how many millions of people around the world are getting blessed, moving from Satan's lineage to God's lineage. Number 2, are reading the divine principle. Are we still reading the divine principle? That's one thing on True Father's mind, very, very much. You've got to have a good foundation before you go on, and that is the divine principle. Of course, with knowing the Bible as well, okay? But as many times in other videos that I've made, True Fathers, gotta tell them, go back to the divine principle, read it over and over and over again until it becomes a part of your life, right? And what I found, the first time, this black book here, this one, oh my gosh, the first time I started reading, I'm going, I need a dictionary to start with, and then I needed a spiritual dictionary as well. I couldn't, what the heck's he talking about here? What is this? Right? And then I read it again, and it was very difficult to get through the first. Some of the parts were no problem, this and that, but I was so focused on just trying to understand it, it was difficult to find the joy in it, okay? I was so, and then of course something we were going to, no, I'm not going with that one. You know, I'm my own person. Yeah. I'm not easy to lead, and I don't easily follow. But as I kept reading it again for a condition. Then I kept reading it again. I don't know how many times I read this book, but on, and every time I understood more. Every time I got more insight into, this is not a big book, but really when it comes down to it, as many times as I have read it, it becomes the biggest book ever with so much information in it. I'm amazed it's contained in this. Yeah, okay, well, that's why we have the other books of, I don't want that's someone else deciding on what that means. For me, as an individual, certain things that are in there, the gifts that I have to give at this time, in the restoration time, to people out there, to my own surroundings, to myself, are different than from someone else. You see? Yeah. I have to understand this book, not someone else making it understandable for me. Yes. Okay. So True Father is, please read the divine principle. Have that absolute foundation. Then go and read the rest. Yes? Okay. Well, anyway. Oh, well, then why is it out? Well, it has to be out there before True Mother goes to Spirit World. It's not that hard to understand, right? Yeah, okay. All right. Daniela, you're really, that's because of, I don't know who's here, but someone really says, come on now. We've got that strength. And I feel it. I feel that strength that we have to be courageous out there and just tell people, no, I'm not going to go with your misery story, okay? I'm not going to do that, all right? Something's in my hair. I know how to fix you. There you go. Let's see if it'll stay. All right. Let's go on. As for us, we have shed tears for the sake of the people and for the sake of the world, and we have shed tears out of concern for the world of the future. Because you have done that through us, Father. We earnestly hope and desire, Father, that you will allow us at this time to become aware of and redeclare our conviction that we must become those who have the authority of substantial beings, able to have confidence in ourselves, and able to possess the value of reciprocal objects before you, the subject, Father. Right? Yes. I became more so, as I just said before, I don't, not easily led, and I don't easily follow, but having read the Divine Principles so many times, I've learned to know where my place is when it comes to a relationship with our Father in heaven. Yes. Oh, yeah. All right. Spirit world's laughing. When we reflect on the flow of history until now, we see that it was not a history of sorrow, but rather a history of your protection. The more we feel your sorrow, which remains as our own sorrowful ideal, we are in a position where we must attend you and go forward in order to have self-confidence and to go forth towards the hope of tomorrow. We lament and we are not able to greet you in glory, because that position is one where we are pierced by enemy arrows and we are turned back by sorrowful struggles. Now, I do agree with that, but the way I agree with that is that every child in this world that is being abused in whatever way, we are all a part of that. We are all a part of that. And that is something we should all feel sorrowful over. We should all cry about. We should all feel miserable about. But if you just stay in that state, you're not going to make any kind of change. Right? It's true? Yeah. I've said this before as well. Okay, not maybe in any of the prayers. When I realize that you're going to go through another round of I don't know how much pain, I said enough is enough. I said I'm going to. Pain doesn't have to be beat. When you're miserable, things aren't quite going the way that you wanted, or this or that, or you feel depressed, or you feel, which I don't really, but so, or whatever else you got going that does not make you happy. You offer that up. You embrace that as well. I've learned to embrace pain, physical pain. I learned to embrace that and then offer that up to a child out in the world. I can't do a whole lot from here, per se, and financially or this or that, but there's one thing that I can do, because I believe in spirit world. I believe in good spirit world. I believe in the saints, and I believe in good spirit. I believe in my brother Jesus, and I believe in my Father in heaven. And now True Father is there as well. Oh, yeah. And many other blessed members. Yes? Some children. I've got all the power in the world to embrace what makes me not happy, gives me pain, and then offer that up to spirit world. Okay? I always tell myself, don't cry for yourself. That is pitiful. That's got to be miserable. But if you offer the tears that are coming through some kind of a situation or something, then you offer those up. So you take those tears, you give them to spirit world, and you help a child gain the opposite of the tears, joy, being pain-free. Right? Yes? Yeah. I'll tell you what, it's an amazing thing to do that. It is so, you feel like, yes, that is doing something. It's helping. Both ways. Yeah. That's a lot we don't know about spirit world. Anywho. But Father, please be patient. We have started out on the path of destiny, which we must go beyond, and we must overcome the winter season. for the sight of tomorrow's hope. Therefore, we will have to make ourselves up beautifully and calmly gather together, joining ourselves together without damaging the price of our lives. Let's say that one more time. Therefore, we will have to make ourselves up beautifully and calmly gather together, joining ourselves together without damaging the price of our lives. What is that? Ooh. Please let us concentrate our power of life for the sake of the moment when we, who are like this, can go beyond the boundary of the spring season, and please allow us to have external abilities. We earnestly request that you will allow us to become a movement that rises up to the level of a subjective foundation which heaven and earth can guarantee. When we are united as one body and have gone beyond the boundary, and then please let us be able to long for the beginning of the new spring. We have humbly prayed all these things in the name of the true parents, Jesus. Oh, amen, a Jew, amen. May 3rd, 1970. A spring day. Beautiful. Under heaven. I need to learn that song now. Right? Yes. It is a beautiful day here. Lots to do today. That's what I wanted to share. Someone wanted to share. And you become a magnet for people when, conversations just run as conversations do, right? When you have a conversation with someone, though, and you really listen, you might just discover your own gifts on this earth as well. Because in that prayer, remember the last part? And then, rather than answer or reply with the customary concern, now be careful what I'm saying here now, this and that. How often, when I have a conversation with someone going, oh, which direction is this going? Not in a negative or whatever, but someone's really spilling their heart or this or that. Then I'm going, so what do I do? Yeah. As I said, I've said that in another one. Yeah. So I just listen. Do I need to say something or just listen? And I went and asked God, okay, I'm going to need your guidance, or whoever has the answer to this one. And you'd be surprised on what suddenly you feel this person needs, truly needs. Yeah. You can be sympathetic and empathetic, and really, when it comes down to it, you're still at zero. Yeah. Then you can just look and go, okay, I'll analyze, and hear, really listen, yeah, and then go, oh, wait a minute, I think I know what your problem is. Or, well, there's a direction, and that's often, well, there is a direction that you could take. And often people are very surprised. It doesn't always go over easy or comes across where they're going, oh, yeah, this. But you'd be surprised on how sometimes just a few days later, a few weeks, a few months, a few years later, someone will come and say, I'm ready for that talk now. Or I'm ready for, what did you want to give me? And I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to know. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to know. I'm ready to be there for others, not just live for myself, right? Yes. Okay. Well, there you go. That should do it. God's love and blessings always. I will talk to y'all another time.